today's home Pathshala. It will transform your dream into reality.
Good afternoon, my dear student. Today, we are going to understand the important non-parametric statistical test. The non-parametric statistical test can be divided into 6 parts. Number 1, Mann-Whitney test. Number 2, Wilcoxon sign rank test. Number 3, Kruskal-Wallis H test. Number 4, Friedman test. Number 5, chi-square test. Number 6, Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. These are the 6 major non-parametric tests. Now, first of all, these are the types. First of all, we have to understand the concept of non-parametric test. Non-parametric test basically use the dealing with the ordinal data. Number 1, you have to remember the use for the case of ordinal data, non-normal distributed on the basis of interval data. Number 2, number 3, we have to remember the sample size. In the case of non-parametric statistics, the sample size should be small. Next important point, not rely on assumption. Parametric statistics are based on assumption, but non-parametric statistics not based on assumption. And the distribution of non-parametric statistics is a skewed distribution. Okay. Now, next important point, the Mann-Whitney test. Important type, the first type of non-parametric statistical test is the Mann-Whitney test. What is Mann-Whitney test? Mann-Whitney test, this type compare the difference between two independent groups. You have to remember compare the difference between two independent groups. As an example, you can be used to compare the test score. Test score of student taught using two different methods. When the score do not follow the normal distribution, we use the Mann-Whitney test or non-parametric test. Second type is the Wilcoxon sign rank test. This test is used for comparing two related sample or dependent sample or repeated measurement or on a single sample. So compare the two related or dependent sample, we use the Wilcoxon sign rank test. As an example, it is often employed to assess the impact of treatment by comparing measurement before and after the intervention with the same group. In that case, we use the Wilcoxon sign rank test. Third important, Kruskal-Wallis H test. In this case, this can be considered the extension of Mann-Whitney test. The Kruskal-Wallis H test compare more than two independent groups. It is useful for analyzing the difference in satisfaction level among several groups when the data does not follow the normal distribution. We have to remember more than two independent groups, we use the Kruskal-Wallis H test. Next point, Friedman test. This test is used for comparing more than two related sample or dependent sample or repeated measurement. Number 5, the chi-square test. The chi-square test is used for the categorical data to assess the independence or goodness of fit. This is a very important 2 point. We have to remember the independence and goodness of fit chi-square test. For example, it can test whether there is an association between gender and voting preference. We will study about the JET test in detail in coming. Okay. In test whether there is an association between gender and voting preference, we use the chi-square test. Next is Spearman rank correlation coefficient. It is related. This test measures the strength. We have to remember the case of strength and direction of the association between the two ranked variable. We use the Spearman rank coefficient. Now, the important thing, now we come to the point, the related MCQ on non-parametric test. So non-parametric test analyze one thing, my dear student. You remember the non-parametric test is the data is not data measures in nominal and ordinal scale. Non-parametric test a distribution-free statistical method used when data is nominal and ordinal. First point. Second point, we have to remember non. Before going to discussion the class, there is important information. We have already started UGC NEET and JRF coaching for tourism administration and management and paper 1 also. We will provide online classes. Number 1, number 2, syllabus wise coverage. Number 2, number 3, previous year solved question and analysis and explanation each and every question. I will provide also PDF note. There is a doubt clearing session and you also get the flexible class schedule. Student who have interest, you can join through this WhatsApp number 9123711814. Thank you. Parametric test analyze median or rank rather than means. This is another important point we have to remember. Non-parametric test analyze median or rank. Next point. Next important thing, the related question of non-parametric test. As an example, which of the following is a non-parametric test? They have given the option t-test, ANOVA, man-Whitney test and linear regression. So t-test, ANOVA and linear regression is the parametric test. The man-Whitney test is the non-parametric test. Second important question, question number 2. Non-parametric tests are often referred to as, it is a distribution-free test. No assumption, not normally distributed. Question number 3. Which test is used as non-parametric alternative to the paired t-test? The option Kruskal-Wallis, man-Whitney test, Wilcoxon-Sign-Rank test and chi-square test. The correct option is the Wilcoxon-Sign-Rank test. Why Wilcoxon-Sign-Rank test is used for comparing two related samples or repeated measurement of a single sample. It's a compare of the parametric statistics. In the case of dependent sample to group, in the case of parametric statistics, we use the sample t-test, dependent sample t-test. In the corresponding non-parametric statistics, you have to remember Wilcoxon-Sign-Rank test. If you want to detail a note, PDF note and classes, you may contact with through my WhatsApp. So I send you the detailed note. Okay, or you can join my live classes or my private guidance if you need. You may contact with me. Next, number 4, the man-Whitney test is used for compare median of two independent groups. This is very important. The median of two independent groups is a non-parametric statistics, a man-Whitney test. So, median of two independent groups is an important used for compare. Question number 5, which non-parametric test is equivalent a one-way ANOVA? One-way ANOVA equivalent Kruskal-Wallis sign test, Kruskal-Wallis test, Wilcoxon-Sign-Rank test and treatment test. So in the case of ANOVA, compare Kruskal-Wallis H test, compare more than two independent groups, and ANOVA, the same thing. In the case of parametric, it tests whether there is significant difference between the means of 3 or more independent groups. In the case of parametric, we use the ANOVA. In the case of non-parametric, we use the Kruskal-Wallis test. Which test is used to measure the strength and direction of association between two rank variables? They have given the 4 options: chi-square test, Spearman rank correlation, run test and man-Whitney test. So in case of strength and direction, the correct option is the Spearman rank correlation. Okay, next question, question number 7. Wilcoxon rank sum test is used to compare The four option, the two independent population, three or more population is sample mean to the population mean and pair sample. The Wilcoxon rank sum test is used for compare the pair sample. This is a very important. The test used for comparing the two related sample of a pair sample or repeated measurement on a single sample. I have already discussed, it is often employed to assess the impact of treatment by comparing measurement before and after the intervention with the same group. And final question, researcher want to test if a new drug change the median blood pressure using the data that is heavily skewed. When they have told the heavily skewed is a non-parametric test. And the case of median of the blood pressure, which test is appropriate? We have to choose the correct option, Wilcoxon sign rank test. T-test, ANOVA, F-test, all are the parametric test. So these are the important question for related the parametric and non-parametric statistics. So my dear student, if you need the detailed discussion, PDF note and personal guidance, you can contact or you send the WhatsApp, send your message to my WhatsApp. I will provide you the perfect guidance. Thank you.